Anyone who's been swallowed by a cobra knows. Snakes swallow whole, they don't chew, but I swallowed a massive king cobra whole. Even though it was venomous and huge, I forced it down, fighting back nausea. Even if it burst me open, I didn't care. Because the global cataclysm was coming. Almost every living thing that could breathe would awaken its bloodline. And this king cobra in front of me would become the terrifying Bone Dragon King, one of the top predators on the entire planet. Only by swallowing it alive before the cataclysm could I awaken alongside it. 11:52 p.m. Reborn into this life, I ran here gasping for air, finally reaching this familiar forest before disaster struck. Sure enough, not far ahead, a huge, colorful rooster was locked in a brutal fight with a king cobra. The cobra's attacks looked sharp, but against the rooster's claws, it was clearly losing steam. One wrong move and those claws would slice another bloody gash into it. I stared hard at that king cobra fighting for its life. That's the one. It might look half dead right now, but in my past life, one flap of its wings could wipe out countless people. I once got caught in the shockwave from one of its casual hunts and nearly blacked out. Good thing I was far away, or I would have been reporting to the King of Hell. So in this life, no way was I letting it go. While I secretly watched the fight unfold, the big rooster suddenly leapt up, its sharp claw flashing across the cobra's vital point. Blood burst from the cobra's body, and it collapsed helplessly to the ground. The rooster flapped its wings excitedly and landed gracefully like a true victor. Just as it raised its claw, ready to enjoy its meal, I suddenly charged out of the grass and shouted, "Drop that snake, I'll take it!" Then I rushed straight toward the rooster at full speed. Seeing a human suddenly charge out, the rooster jumped in shock, crowed once, and quickly flapped away. I quickly picked up the snake and said to the rooster, "Sorry, chicken bro. I've had my eye on this spicy snack for a long time. When the cataclysm hits, I'll definitely look out for you." After that, I looked down at the king cobra in my hand. It was barely breathing and could die at any second. Right then, the dark sky was suddenly covered by a dazzling aurora. People on the streets thought it was a once-in-a-century natural wonder and started taking pictures. Only I stood there holding the cobra, sneering to myself. Laugh while you still can. In a few minutes, you won't be laughing anymore. I looked down at the cobra and swallowed hard. Man, this thing is disgusting. I checked my phone, 11:59 p.m. No more waiting. In my past life, I was trampled underfoot and thrown into a swarm of rats. Never again. I gritted my teeth, opened my mouth, and shoved the entire cobra in, forcing it down into my stomach. I dropped to the ground, my mouth and throat still filled with that foul, fishy snake stench. And the cobra wasn't even fully dead. I could clearly feel it struggling in my stomach. Right then, the colorful aurora covering the sky suddenly exploded, shaking the world as it turned into dust and spread everywhere. This was it. The cataclysm had begun. As I inhaled the glowing dust, I could clearly feel the half-dead cobra in my stomach start moving strangely. In my last life, I gave it everything I had, but only awakened the lowest level speed ability. Now I was trying to gain this cobra's power by swallowing it alive. No one had ever tried this before, but time was running out, no matter what. This time, I either become strong and stand at the top of the world, or die right at the start and avoid all the suffering later. The humiliation and pain from my last life, I never wanted to go through that again. As I thought that, explosive pain suddenly tore through my whole body, nerves, bones, and meridians all erupting at once. I could clearly feel every cell in my body merging with the shattered remains of that cobra, then rebuilding itself. My spine made a grinding sound that set my teeth on edge, like something was about to burst out. My vision suddenly turned blood red, and my ears filled with the buzzing rush of blood over nerves. I finally couldn't take it anymore. I clutched my head, screamed, and blacked out. I don't know how long passed. The pain and soreness faded like a tide, and I felt a weight on my chest as I slowly opened my eyes. A big rooster was standing proudly on my chest, staring closely at me. I thought my gene fusion had failed and that I'd already reached the underworld, so I muttered, "Even the chickens in hell are ugly. Just as ugly as that one behind the mountain." The rooster's eyes instantly widened with rage, and it pecked me hard on the tip of my nose. Damn! Pain shot through me. I shot up and slapped the rooster away. The rooster quickly flapped its wings and flew off into the distance. "You little bastard, don't let me catch you again. You dared peck me? Trying to lose your neck? Master." Just as I was cursing out the rooster, a young, excited voice suddenly rang out in my mind. "What the hell? Who? Who's talking?" "We are ancient spirits, Master." As it spoke, I realized two dragon-shaped wings made entirely of bone had grown from my back, shifting into different forms with my thoughts, covered in ghostly blue soul fire. "You're ancient spirits? Then what's your connection to that king cobra?" I looked at the wings in front of me and asked thoughtfully. "We were sealed inside that king cobra's body. When the bloodline awakened, we broke the seal and fused with you again. Then do you hate me?" "No, Master. We ancient spirits are meant to attach to other creatures and evolve slowly. If you hadn't devoured that cobra, we would have attached to the cobra itself." I nodded. Thank God it actually worked. That pain just now almost made me think I'd gone straight to hell. As I spoke, I noticed my fingertips had clearly become longer and sharper. The long hair hanging near my eyes had also turned a strange shade of red. And besides the surging power inside me, every inch of land and every leaf around me seemed to be breathing and slowly mutating. I didn't know exactly how strong I was now, but I knew one thing. In my last life, I'd never heard of a human sharing power with an awakened creature. I tried moving the wings on my back, smooth, more comfortable than ever. Just then, the big rooster in the distance let out a piercing crow. I turned and saw its body had grown more than 10 times bigger than before. Its tail had become long and elegant, naturally dragging along the ground. Its feathers shone like metal, giving off a faint, almost holy aura. This big rooster had also completed its mutation, and its rank was definitely high. The rooster seemed to notice my gaze. Clearly, it was still mad that I stole its prey earlier. It glared at me, suddenly flapped its wings, and several feathers shot out like flying knives, stabbing into the ground at my feet. So strong! I was secretly shocked, but then I smirked. Perfect. I needed someone to test my strength on. The space in front of me suddenly shook, and I vanished on the spot. Under the rooster's stunned gaze, I suddenly appeared behind it. I swung my leg and kicked the rooster hard. It screamed and crashed straight into the thick grass. So strong. I had only just awakened, but my current speed already crushed my past self. As expected of the Bone Dragon King. Thinking of that, I felt completely refreshed. Damn it, Lu Ruyan, Lin Yao, you filthy couple better wait for me. Didn't you love standing above everyone and playing people like puppets? If I don't destroy you both in this life, my name isn't Tang.